Thank you. We're learning new developments in the deadly crash which devastated the Cottage Grove community earlier this week. The driver is now under arrest, and for the first time, we're hearing directly from investigators. WMTV's Shana Najawan has the latest on the case.
First, on behalf of our entire agency, I want to extend our deepest condolences to the families involved in the tragic incident that occurred on Monday, April 28th.
It's been just days since tragedy in this quiet Cottage Grove neighborhood. And now the man accused of causing it is behind bars.
Thursday, May 1st, 2025 at approximately 1:45 p.m., the driver of the vehicle, Jeffrey M. Enders, a 49-year-old male from Cottage Grove, was taken into custody and transported to the Dane County Jail.
Police say it was just after 6:30 Monday evening when Endres drove into two pedestrians and a dog on Landmark Drive.
Tragically, one of the victims, Dr. Cammie Hansen of Cottage Grove, succumbed to her injuries. The other two individuals were hospitalized and have since been treated and released.
Endres' mugshot shows bruising and a neck brace. Police say he sustained injuries in the crash.
The investigation remains active and is being conducted in collaboration with the Dane County District Attorney's Office. All contributing factors are currently being thoroughly investigated.
Since the crash, a memorial has taken shape, neighbors coming together to reflect, grieve, and support each other.
This event has had a profound impact not only on the families directly affected, but also on the neighborhood, the village of Cottage Grove, and the wider Dane County community.
In Cottage Grove, Shana Najawan, WMTV 15 News.
Now, Endres is facing multiple felony charges, including first-degree reckless homicide. Police are encouraging anyone with information about what happened to come forward, because while charges have been referred to the DA's office, the investigation is not over.